We did it, friends! We made it! I don't know why I'm so excited about this. This is a bittersweet moment. I think it's because I'm delirious. I stayed up. Way past my bedtime to watch this show when it came out. I will say I overslept. I was 45 minutes behind everyone else, but I did. I was like, oh, I overslept. Maybe I'll just watch one episode and then you could not. This is not a show that you could put down. I ate it all up. I got my handy dandy notepad. I was like at 1 to 3 a.m. or noon. What is it? Midnight to 3 a.m. I was just devouring this show and I was weeping. I was just weeping by the last episode, and I was weeping in the first in episode 7. Oh my Heimerdinger. But okay. If you're here, we are dropping spoilers. If you have not seen this yet, don't watch this video, or do. I don't know. Maybe you're someone who likes spoilers. Just know that we are only talking spoilers. We're only talking about reactions and reviews to this. Now that it has been released, the final act of Arcane, starting right now. So if you haven't watched it, please drop a like, follow, comment, let me know what you're excited about, and then come back and watch this video afterwards, because I do want to hear your thoughts and impressions on this show. But for those of you who have watched, you know what the deal is. We are talking the final season, final act of Arcane. So let's get into it. I'm going to try to do this. There's going to be so many things that I want to talk about. I'm going to try to go as linear as possible, but you know me, I'm going to bounce around. I'm going to try my best to talk about everything. But from my last review, I missed the Mel stuff, so I'm starting with my girl Mel. That's technically episode 8. However, I love that she's a sorceress. I love that we finally got her powers. Also, I love that finally, after 8 episodes, she's got an outfit change. I was talking with my cosplayer friends. It's wild that she has more money than everyone combined. We've never seen her with a hair down till this episode. We've never seen her change her outfits, and woo! That outfit was so juicy. I loved it. Oh my, she got hotter, y'all. She's sexy. Mel is sexy. But I also love that even she feels like the chosen one almost. I know that they say that she's an empath and that's her. So she's not only an empath, but she's a mirror, which is dangerous because LeBlanc just has power, but she doesn't have the power to, she has illusion power, which if you break that down, that is a falsehood. Her entire magic identity is a falsehood. Whereas Mel has the power almost to create and to make and to take. And that's the big thing. Mel has the power to take. And all we really saw her do was cast shields for now, which was curious. And to tap into, she could find where other people were. So I think she also can link onto other people. So I'm interested to see where that development goes as we travel over to Noxus in the following seasons. Because the story, as they said at the end of episode 9, this story is just beginning, and the world of League of Legends has so many characters and so many stories, and everyone is interwoven in between each other. But I love that we got Mel, this new sorceress, and I love that I hate that we still, to this point, have not fully seen LeBlanc. Mel apparently has, and it just is, I wanted her. I think that's something that I was really coveting. I was hoping to see LeBlanc in this, but LeBlanc being a trickster and a sorceress, who knows if we'll ever actually see her, or maybe she'll be the big baddie of the next saga, considering we saw the crow at the end, the four-eyed or three-eyed crow grabbing what seemed to be a remainder of the Hex tech and was flying over to Noxus. The whole ship was flying. I assume that was the Noxian army that was heading back home. And now we're seeing that, the story of Hex tech or the Arcane is continuing, and I'm really excited for that. But I just wanted to drop my little Mel in there real quick. God, she looks so good. She looks so good, didn't she? But heading back, we're going to try to go in order. Starting with episode 7. My God. My God. The Timebomb shipping. The fact that we got to see Echo in them. I love that parallel. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to keep my sentences I'm just excited. But I loved that with Echo and Heimerdinger and then Jace, we saw two sides of the same coin of what could have been. We saw the future of Hex Tech had never existed, and then we saw the future of when Hex Tech goes completely wrong. Should Viktor win? Should Viktor get the anomaly or the corrupted? if Viktor got a hold of that, we saw what that world would look like, and we saw the results of our actions should we continue down the wrong paths. And I love that we got to see those two sides of it. But beyond that, I loved that Heimerdinger had been there for 1,000+ years, waiting for Echo to arrive, and was just, he made different choices. And that's the difference, is that he made different choices. And it's crazy to think that that one person could change the entirety of the universe. And Echo still mentioned that they did still do, from episode 1 of this show, they still went on that, the raid or that the trip, the girls, and they still got the tip from Echo, and Clagger, all of them, they still went to go get that hex tech. They were gonna go thieve. I don't know what to call it, but that adventure that started everything of these kids going to steal from Piltover, all of that still happened. The difference being that somehow this time Vi lost her life, but I don't know if Heimerdinger did something, if he knew about it, if he did something to manipulate that situation to where life was better. I don't know, but it's interesting to see the choices of one person could change the destiny of everything. But I love that. And then to see Jace on the other side having to deal with what he's done, because at the end of it, he is killing people. He murdered people in episode 6. And so to see him struggling, to see him suffering, I needed that. I needed Jace to know that his actions, whether it be from him starting with Hextech, I know that Jace technically has always been on the good side of things. I don't know. He feels like such a bad guy to me, and that sucks because I know he's a good guy. I know he's got everyone in his heart. He's always tried to do good by others, and really Viktor is the bad guy. He's the one, and not even that he's bad. He's just, his ideals have gone too far, and we saw that in the show when Viktor and them finally have their confrontation in episode 8, and Jace is talking to him about, your imperfections, that's where the beauty is. And even futuristic new dimension, when he's talking to Jace as they have this moment, and it's when Viktor finally sees what Viktor told Jace, and he's like, it was you needed to show me that there is just nothing. Once you hit perfection, there is nothing else. That's the end of pursuit. Once you find perfection, there is nothing else. There is no more pursuit beyond that. And that's meaningless. If you no longer have anything to strive for, then what is life? That there is nothing left of life. And that's where the imperfection, that's where the beauty of imperfection is, because you still have something to strive for. You still have something to yearn for, to create, to try, because it's the pursuit of perfection that drives us as humans. And once we reach that, then there is nothing. And I thought that was beautiful, but it took Viktor destroying everything for him to realize his faults. And I just, this show is so yummy. It's so good. But yeah, I liked seeing that Jace in episode 7 had to hit that deep, dark point. He literally fell to the bottom of a crevasse and have to climb his way out. He had to reach to himself, the bottom of himself, to understand, okay, how do I fix this? How do I do this the right way? Whereas Viktor just always kept believing himself to be better. He never thought that what he was doing was wrong. Whereas Jace sank to the bottom, realized he had done something wrong, and had to change himself, had to fix himself in order to become better. Because he could have given up. He could have gone the Jinx route and just given up and had someone be like, oh, Echo here, I'm back. I'm here. Please don't kill. I'm gonna sit down. I love that Echo, when Jinx showed up or when Jinx was gonna off herself in episode 7, I love that Echo showed up and was like, okay, all right, I'm just gonna take a seat. Can you just not kill us while I take the slightest respite? I love their relationship so much. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more of that in the beginning. And who knows, maybe we might actually be able to get more. Because that's the thing. Episode 6 ended, episode 7 ended with that final little tag of New Dimension Jinx. She went to go light the candle, or light the wick to show, to you know, honor her sister. And she opened that drawer and dropped the necklace that Echo had given her in there. And we saw the bag of Hextech. So in my mind, I'm thinking we might get another WandaVision style or you know, Doctor Strange, Wanda situation where, because we've got at the end of episode 9, we see that Vi, oh my God, and I need to talk about that in a second, but suffice it to say, we've got a Vi without a Jinx and new dimension Jinx without a Vi, but she's got all of this Hextech and now she knows what the possibilities of Hextech and she's brilliant. So there may be a way for the Vi of this dimension and the Jinx of this dimension to come together, seeing as how they are two sides missing of one another. And this Vi has always wanted the non-crazy, you know, the non-damaged Jinx. She still loved her sister, obviously, but to be able to see a Jinx that was well balanced and loved, I think that this Jinx, or this Vi, needs that. I think she needs to see the possibilities of what could be should she have had, you know, her sister had the love that she craved and needed. That being said, I do want to talk about this Vi for half a second. And mainly the point that I want to talk about is how disappointing. I want to say I'm so disappointed in this Vi because episode 7, right before Caitlyn and Vi, you know, right before that happens, she's having this breakdown where she's talking about, you know, I made the wrong decision again. I let her out. I chose wrong, and every time I choose wrong, I lose the people that I love. And I'm like, no, baby, that doesn't happen. That's not your fault. That's not your fault that you do that. But then, her daddy, her demon daddy has been her wolf daddy, who's not actually, we know that it's not, he has been trying to kill you for the last 2 hours in this battle. And in your mind, as the rickety stuff is about to fall over, in your mind, you're like, I want to cross space one more time. I know all of you guys are about to be like, but Jasmine, that's her dad. She loves him. Like, stop it. You are like, now is not the time. You could have jumped over and both of you could have had that moment where you said goodbye, but you forced Jinx to kill herself. You forced Jinx to sacrifice herself for you because in that moment, there's nothing else I can say. You made the wrong choice. You chose someone who is no longer your father, who we know is not your father. You've seen it multiple times. He is the direct reason why Aisha is not alive anymore. And you keep that in that. There's nothing I can say. You chose wrong. You truly chose wrong. And it's wild to me that they didn't, I mean, maybe that was her looking at the fireplace later on, but I was like, that's going to live with you forever. The fact that you absolutely chose wrong in that moment and you forced Jinx, who had changed. Jinx had evolved. And now we're never going to see the results of that because you decided that your needs were more important than the needs of somebody else and the needs of everyone, really. Like, that's such a bummer. That was such a bummer to me. But it also was like, you made me feel, so I don't care. And also I was like, there's another Jinx. I was like, at the end of the day, there's another Jinx. There's so many, we got other dimensions. It's okay. You've opened up the multiverse of Arcane. So it's okay. Nothing matters. Also, let's talk about things that do matter. Caitlyn losing an eye. Let's talk about Caitlyn losing an eye. I think it was necessary. I think it was so unbelievably necessary because at the end of the day, this, again, it's important for people to, I was going to say be punished, but like, if you do bad things, you know, you got to get a little shock. It's, you know, Jace had to, like I said, Jace had to fight his way back to being the right kind of fighter or person. And I think that Caitlyn, a lot of this is a direct result of her reacting to, and her reaction is vengeance. A lot of the reasons why Piltover and Zahn are the way that they are now is because of her choosing violence and choosing negativity and choosing vengeance over the right conscious decision. Over you know, the thing that's going to be better for others, she chose the thing that's better for her. And so I think that is a direct karmic result, is her having to lose her eye in order to save everyone else. That was a good choice. That was a self-sacrifice that I think was needed. And plus, she looks hot. she looks hot with an eye patch. And the cosplayers are eating. The cosplayers are so eating. From Jace to Viktor to Mel to Caitlyn to Vi. Every single person, every single main character got a new outfit in this last 3. Oh my God. The amount of, like, it's crazy because all over the internet I've seen, because I'm in the cosplayer threads, I've been seeing people working on their Jinx wigs, you know, the long 2 braids, and they're like spending hours making these. Now their new outfit in the dimension is a short little bob, and then her she's literally got like a shaved pixie cut in the last. I'm like over here teeing because it's just crazy. I'm about to just all of these Jinx people just cutting all their hair off. Yeah, I loved this. I think that this was amazing. There's a lot of things that I think we can be prepped for in the new season. I'm really excited for us to go deeper into the Black Rose. It feels like that's going to be the constant big bad throughout all of this. And I think that we will see more of Noxus and maybe even the Rune Wars. I think that was the way they talked about the Rune Wars so often that I think that is going to be something that we learn about later. And I might just do a whole video on that in and of itself. We'll see. But those are my initial thoughts. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts as you guys are watching Arcane. I will be giving this a whole nother watch through. I might even convince a couple of my friends to come over and watch it. But yeah, Arcane is over. I don't know how long it's going to be until we get the next one, but your girl is satiated. She has been fed. She is good. She is Gucci, and now she has to go work on her new Mel cosplay. Yeah, that's it, guys. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe. I say that and then my mind goes, the glorious evolution. Also, because I mentioned this to a friend, this is the last thing I'm going to say, I swear to God. F Viktor. F Viktor for, in episode 7, being like, I will change all of those who are willing. And then in the next episode, he's like, yup. He's literally changing everybody. None of these people were willing. I know for a fact Vi was not willing. Just like, Viktor, you hypocritical god. Stop it. Stop it. Ugh. And then both of them being sucked away together. Ugh. Like, all of the ships were eating in this. All of the ships were eating. Vi and Caitlyn. Yes, we ate. Vi, Caitlyn, we ate. The time bombs. They got a whole episode. And then to see Jace and Viktor. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking they're gay. That's my way. But them building this together, knowing that everything started with them in their world. Because really everything started with Vi and Jinx. But in their little bubble, knowing that everything started with them, and for it to end with them together, sucked into oblivion. Ugh. It was romantic. It was cute. It was sad. It was all of the above. I digress. That's all I'm going to say. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe. Please let me know your thoughts. Let's get a chat going down below, and I will see you guys. I believe Creature Commandos is going to be the next one that I'm doing breakdowns for, and that'll be episodic. So I will see you guys for Creature Commandos, breaking that one down. Talk to you soon. Bye.